Hello, good evening, and welcome to Catch Up with Lala. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a lovely Sunday. Happy Easter to everybody. Hope you had a lovely Easter and ate some good old food. Can you just let me know if you can hear me? Perfect. Thank you, American Born. Welcome. Hey, Eloquent. Hey, sis. Hey, Cece. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So this is whatchamacallit, just a promptu live with my sister Noreen. Hello. Hey sis.
Hi, hello.
Welcome to my live.
Thank
Everybody,
you
this
for
is my
having
younger
me.
sister. Say
Thank
hello
you for
to
letting me
everybody.
join.
You're welcome. Since you wanted to go live, okay, so I'm gonna say just say this is a promptu live with my sister because she's the one that sent me the statement that Sutton made with People magazine, which was weird considering that no one else gave a statement and Garcelle hasn't spoken about anything. And for her to just come out with a statement, I thought was really weird. But then that's Saturn for you. We should be used to her weird behavior. So what do you have to say, sis?
I just think that it's a culmination of everything that people have been saying about Sutton for a while. Is that when it comes to
You
it,
need to go closer to the mic. You need to be closer to your mic.
well, I was going to say that I think this is a culmination of what people have been saying for a while.
Hmm.
I I didn't believe the naysayers at first, but to be honest, it's all come to, it's come to light because at the end of the day, when Garcelle needed her the most, it was crickets. She was nowhere to be seen, and instead she wanted to really stick with the popular girls, if you want to see it that way. And honestly, I think it all stems from this eagerness, this need for approval, because her mum barely pays her dust. So it's this constant need for approval. And then if you watched, I think the episode before the last, before the reunion, where she's like, "Oh wow, Kyle defended me. Oh my God, see, she is my friend." Because let's be honest, that relationship was one sided. It was all in her head. And the fact that Kyle gave her some recognition, she was, beaming about it. But when Garcelle is always having her back, you don't see that same reaction. You don't see her beaming and, shouting it from the rooftops like, "Wow, Garcelle's always there for me." No. So
I
I
agree with
just,
you. I agree with you. One moment. Cece, look what Cece said. So Cece said, you two sound familiar. Oh, okay. This is my younger sister. We're 3 years apart. Hey, Deborah. Welcome, Deborah. Thank you for joining. Happy Easter. I hope you had a lovely Easter with the family. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I don't think we sound similar. I can't hear it, but maybe you can hear it, Cece. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Sutton, I said this the other night, she's a very, she just disappointed me. She's very disappointing. Hey, Aries 66, welcome on. Happy Easter to you. She's very disappointing, and you can just tell she definitely was looking for approval from her white counterpart castmates, in my opinion. And she fell for the okie doke. And her statement today sounded like a PR statement. It didn't sound like a statement that was somebody that was genuinely cared for somebody. We'll get into that in a minute. I'm going to show the statement.
absolutely. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it didn't sound like she cared. It didn't seem like she even tried with her, in my opinion. It's weird. So, American Born said no, they were blowing up her comments. I saw they were blowing up her comments. American Born, I was close to cussing her the F out on her comments. And I said, nah, she ain't worth it. It's 2025. I made a promise to myself I ain't cussing people out. So I left her be. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I was close to it. And she got a bollocking in her comments. I'm not gonna lie, she did.
It's well
They were going
deserved.
ham.
It's well
If
deserved.
you
That fake
Nora,
old
if you look
Southern
at
belle.
yep, but if you look at Twitter, now X, they're going crazy. They're going ham on her. When I tell you they're going ham on her, she hasn't had a break since this reunion started. She hasn't had a break this season. I'm not gonna lie, and she doesn't deserve to have a break. You need to keep the same energy that people have for you. You should have the same energy. She didn't. She did not. Hello, Smiley Queen. Hey, Abaya. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. I think she has just shown everyone what a fake star, a fake ass user friend she is, and I've got videos to back it up. Considering she said she would do better 2 seasons ago, and she never did. Okay,
Nope,
she
she
never
didn't
did
do
better.
better.
She didn't
Everybody
do
needs to stay on her neck because it's just and it's well deserved.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree with you because really and truly, if you think about it, I come to the conclusion something changed after her trip with her mother and after the trip to St. Lucia. The trip with her mother, because the way she treated Garcelle and told Garcelle to mind her business, this is a family business matter, right? And then on top of that, the way she was chummy with Erica in St. Lucia and did not back Garcelle when it came to Kyle and her fake ass. Don't know if, relationship, if I'm lesbian today or straight tomorrow kind of flex that she was trying to do. And she didn't back that. You can tell maybe, and I'm going to show something in a minute that confirms what I've been saying all along. They had a meeting before the meeting, and those lot got together and decided that they're not going to take accountability for any of the stuff they've done. That they're going to concentrate and gaslight and bully Garcelle and put it all on
Absolutely,
her.
absolutely. I
And
if
I
you
have a video
watch the
to confirm
if you
that.
watch the beginning, if you watch the beginning of when the reunion started and everybody was taking their places, and Garcelle gave a compliment to Kyle, Kyle couldn't even look her in the face because Kyle already came with an agenda and they already had a plan. So that just screamed
Exactly.
guilt to me.
Loser Kyle. That's all I can say. Loser Kyle.
Yeah.
Absolutely loser Kyle.
Forever,
She
forever the victim, Kyle.
forever the victim. I'm not gonna lie, she is forever the victim. So let me start by saying this is all in my opinion. It's for entertainment purposes, and just so everybody knows, we're covered by the copyright, and all the videos that I'm showing does not belong to me. It's fair use under the fair use. Hello, Toot Latrice. Hey, sis. Hey, thank you for joining. Hope you're well and having a lovely Sunday. Hello, innocent instigator. Welcome, Han. Hope you're good. Okay, so I'm going to start with this statement. So let me just show the statement that Sutton came out with today. So one moment. Da, 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 da. Okay, so Sutton gave it exclusive to page 6. Sutton giving Garcelle the space she needs after suspected friendship fallout. Okay, her statement is Sutton is giving Garcelle the space after former Real Housewife Beverly Hills co-star unfollowed the entire cast on social media. Garcelle has chosen to unfollow all the housewives, Sutton said. She tells page 6 in a statement. I can only imagine she needs a clean break right now. I love her and I'm giving her the space she needs. She also notes that Garcelle, with whom she is close friends, is still following her business accounts. That is just weird. Why would you mention that she's following your business account, right? I think the delusion in her thinks there's still a chance because she hasn't unfollowed the business account, but I would not be surprised if she does
Garcelle
now.
probably didn't even clock that herself.
Exactly. And then the Sutton concept and Sutton brand. So Garcelle's following her business pages, basically, she's trying to say. And then she goes, I know that she's going to move through this next chapter with grace and success. She certainly will. She was successful before the show and she'll be successful after the show. And my point is, and I'm my statement, and this is my opinion, this is all alleged, and in my opinion, is that Sutton, this is a PR statement. There's no love behind it. There's no friendship behind it. There's no accountability behind it for what she did to that lady. There's none. What do you think? Lorena, what do you think?
Well, there is
Can
nothing
you hear me?
behind it. Yeah, I can hear you. She's covering her back and she's making it seem as if like is this was just some minor little mishap or giving her some space. No, she's literally paying you dust like you deserve and she doesn't want to be associated with you any longer. And it's not as if like you two mutually agreed to have space. No, she respectfully backed out because she saw you for what you really were. And it's really warranted. And I just said bravo to Garcelle. Like she's not with the fakeness, not with the fake
Yes, bravo
niceties.
to her. Welcome, TNT G-Man. Welcome. Hope you're well. Happy Sunday. I just think this is not a statement a friend gives. And also, why do you need to give a statement? And why do you need to go to the press for a statement? I find that very disingenuous. I find that very fake and conniving. Is giving conniving. Is giving, let me get some, whatchamacallit, some, publicity off of this. Because if you think about it, real talk, nobody's talking about anybody else but but Garcelle. Nobody. If you really think about it, nobody is talking about the rest of the cast. All they're talking about is Garcelle leaving, walking away, unfollowing, all the other things. They tried to ruin her reputation by coming out with, oh God, no one could get along with Garcelle. They're happy, the crew. And then the crew guy came out and debunked all of that. And he did a video. He showed a video of Garcelle crew filming with her, Sutton and Jennifer, and they were all having a good time. You know what I mean? And it just shows you. And he says, if you go ask the crew members who they like filming with, they will tell you they love to film with Garcelle because she's nice. You're forgetting Garcelle spent all her life in film sets. She knows how to treat the people behind the scenes. She knows they are important. She knows they are the ones, if you need something done, you go to them. They are like, they may seem like the people that are in the background, but it's always the people in the background that you really do need to impress and be kind to. And Garcelle is kind. So all the stuff
Absolutely,
they came up with
absolutely. Everybody has
was
said that.
actually, hello, Melons. Hey,
Oh, hello.
welcome.
Hello. Good evening, ladies. YouTube showed this subject, and I just thought I would call in. I love the subject.
Okay, your name is your name Mel NYC.
It is. Well, that's the screen name. My name is
Okay, yeah,
Mel.
yeah. I'm okay. Welcome, welcome. What would you like to say? Do you know about this topic?
Oh yeah. Oh yes, I do very much so.
Okay, please give us your input.
Well, you know what I'm thinking. First off, and I hate to use the word hate. I don't. I'm not agreeing with Dorit at all. Absolutely not agreeing with her. But I think that looking back, I'm thinking maybe she had just one good point where she said that maybe Sutton uses, financial, gifts and the way she is to kind of get favor with people that she respects. I think that Sutton is a very insecure woman. And I think that because I never heard this statement until you read it, that's why I called in. I was so disturbed by the statement. I think that what she said that was very nasty because it seems to me that she's saying that even though she may be mad with me, she's following my businesses, maybe because my businesses in some kind of stupid way has been beneficial to Garcelle. But that's really nobody's business. And I think that was very nasty of her to say, make that distinction that, oh, she's not following me, but she's following my business. Oh, get out of here, Sutton.
I
Yeah,
thought the same thing. I thought the same thing is disingenuous, and I did not understand
it was a
why
dig.
she would make that statement.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought it was rude. And I don't agree that she buys people. I don't know if she buys other people, but I don't think she bought Garcelle. I think
No,
with
no,
her
no.
and Garcelle became friends over they bonded over the being the new girls. And at the beginning, Sutton didn't like Garcelle because she called Garcelle uncouth for asking where she got her money from and how she made her money. And then they became friends when they realized, oh, so the old lot want to come and gang up and bully them and come for them. So I think that is why they bonded. And I feel like they're trauma bonded, but they did make a friendship out of it because Crystal did say in real life they are friends. They used to meet up, they used to go for dinners and lunches and support each other's businesses and help each other in openings and things like that. So they were real friends, but I think it was a one-sided friendship for Garcelle. I think Sutton
Absolutely.
just used her, got what she needed and bounced,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I think too. I would clarify. I think that I think Garcelle is a woman of class, and I've known her work for years. I think what I mean is that I'm trying to remember. I believe there were times when a friendship was beginning where I think Sutton has supported some of Garcelle's charities and stuff like that. And
Yes, the Haiti charity. She made a large donation.
so and some things that Garcelle was doing. So I think in that regard, I think this may be the time when Sutton was really a woman of class herself. She would not mention her business. She would not even hint at any kind of generosity she may have done out of her heart towards Garcelle. She would leave that
Yeah.
alone. The simple fact is, as you just said on this show, Garcelle has taken so many, she basically Sutton was a burden to her. I'm sorry, in this friendship. She was a
You're
burden.
right. Absolutely.
Yeah, she was. I think, yeah. This whole, and I know it's off topic. I had this whole reunion drew me for a loop. The whole season was terrible, and I just think about Lisa Rinna, which I did not like, and I think about even, just the way, again, like Garcelle said when she left, and people were saying that she was not being professional, which I think she was. I think that she was treated differently. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Every time, even the book thing, because this is something I think a lot of reviewers missed this year was that, they did throw the book in the trash, but they have to remember that book went in the trash now because they didn't like Garcelle, but they claimed that Garcelle crossed the line by talking about something from the show and put it in the book. But I'm looking at Lisa Rinna now. She has a title of a new program called "Let's Not Ask About the Husband." That's a dig towards Kim, but yet we don't see people getting mad about
Exactly.
that.
And that quote in the
Thank
book
you.
wasn't even shady whatsoever. It was
No.
an event that happened with Garcelle questioning Rinna about her opinions about her daughter's eating disorder. Nothing shady at all. But Rinna, Miss Rubber Lips, had to make it as if it was something so callous and rude when really it wasn't. So she just needed a moment. And also, if you remember, regarding the throwing her book in the rubbish, there was a group chat about that.
Yes,
So
it was.
they all knew what was happening and they coordinated that. So they're just as bad as each other.
Calculated.
Yeah.
It was very calculated.
You're so right. They've been coming after her because she's the only one that holds them accountable.
That's
She
right.
asked the questions that us, the viewers, would
Mhm.
like to know. And that's why I like her. So she's always been gracious. She's always been kind and welcoming. Does she have bad points about her? Yes, she does. We all do. We're human. But compared to them, compared to Lisa Rinna, I do not think so. She has the nerve, after all the women that she ran off with her rhetoric and her disgusting, deplorable behavior,
Mhm.
for her to come out and play a victim when you threw this hardworking woman's book in the trash, posted it on social media for the whole world to laugh. And you
This is
played
the same woman that asked Dorit if she was doing cocaine in her bathroom.
Come on. Now, and ladies, can I say this too? Oh my
Okay, do
gosh.
not say that. Do not say that word again. Just you
Yeah,
say
yeah,
Okay.
narcotics. Say narcotics or something.
narcotics.
Okay.
Narcotic, yeah.
But you made a good point. You made a good point because there was a video. I love that. Thank God. I'm going to say thank God that YouTube showed me your channel today because I love the topic. So I remember there was a video these past couple of months here. I'm in New York City. Where they showed the ladies looking at clips on people.com or people on YouTube. All the ladies were looking at these clips. Well, that scene that we won't have to talk about again, that you just talked about the bathroom incident or whatever, Lisa Rinna being crazy. Dorit watched the scene with Bose, and she said, I forgot all about that. And it's so funny that when I came back the following season, me and Lisa Rinna became the best of friends. I'm thinking, Dorit, are you crazy? Simple fact is, this is exactly what Garcelle's talking about. You can have a woman on this show saying that people's family and they're dead. You can say that people having issues with narcotics in your bathroom, all this dangerous and alarming, terrible, just reputation killing things. And then you have a woman like Garcelle asking basic questions, not even doing as dirty as that. And she is the most villainous person you've ever come across. Give me a break. And as far as
Absolutely.
Lisa Rinna too, Lisa Rinna said when that line came out, let's not ask about the husbands, she then after that decided to try to physically choke out Kim Richards. But now what's her name? Now Cal is not seeing the connection there. That show that she currently has for her tied husband, that title is a dig at Kim Richards. It is a dig at her sister. So the fact that they are so sensitive when it comes to Garcelle, but yet all this garbage that Lisa Rinna does, and that don't even get me started about Camille, because she said before the season even premiered this year, which I was totally disgusted by, is the show too woke? You must be kidding me. You Beverly Hills. No, I listen. I won't go. I'm not going to give no name. But is a show too woke? You must be out your damn mind.
It's a
I'm
joke.
sorry.
Absolutely
It's
not.
a joke. I 100% agree with you, and thank you so much. Can I say, for coming up and sharing your opinions? You're welcome any time. So thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies,
What
very
I
much.
want to say to you is, when it comes to Garcelle, it's all about know your place. You've been, and all too well, Black women know this. Okay, it's know your place. You've been given opportunity.
Don't make too much noise.
Don't make too much noise, and don't come at us because we come after you. Basically, Garcelle is alone. If you really think about it, she's alone on this ship,
Mm-hmm.
right? And Sutton and her became those type of friends that they had each other back. But if you look back, majority of these seasons, it's always been Garcelle, not Sutton. So now that I've been seeing this unfold, I started going back to it. And I can see majority of the time, Sutton here and there, but majority of the time, it was Garcelle and not Sutton. And we know that from the reunion where they, that season where they bullied her son, called him out of his name. The gang got together with their husband to laugh at it. They laughed at her book, threw her book in the bin. It really just shows you what they're trying to say. They're trying to teach her a lesson. This is what happens to you when you come against us.
Mm-hmm. Very much.
And I know a lot of people say Garcelle, wanted to fit in. Of course you want to fit in. This is work.
Yeah,
This is a working environment. And I really
absolutely.
don't understand that people don't understand. It's a working environment. Of course you want to fit in and get along with everybody. And I'll be honest with you, and I made this statement to someone that made a comment on one of my live videos the other day. If you look at the past, Garcelle stood up for Sutton, right? The ladies did not like that, and they told her Sutton is a liability. Stop it.
Yes, they did.
And they
Oh,
They
oh.
did. They did that.
uh,
I
and
hate
it's
to agree
proven
with
right
Fraudica,
now.
but it was true.
Okay, I just want to show you one aspect. So everybody mute up. I want to show a video of what happened and of Sutton saying she apologized. And I think she should have done the same thing that she did the season before and done it, but stood on it. Because to me, she hasn't stood on nothing. And I'll be honest with you, I'm just annoyed. I'm so annoyed. So one moment, everybody. Let me just play this video.
I did not speak up for Garcelle. So no. Because Jax has a real sweet spot in my heart. I don't know what it is about the two of us, but I just love that kid. He's so great. And I adore Garcelle. And what happened to that child is terrible. We all agree with that. And sorry I didn't say anything. Unlikely. And defend her. And let all of you know that I think it's terrible and wrong. And I just want to say that publicly for you.
So what do you guys think? I'll give my opinion first and you guys can go after. For me, she did not do what she promised to do there. That she apologized for not sticking up for her. Then she said she'll do better next time. It became next time now, and she did the same thing again. She's self-centered, she's selfish, she's fake, she's disingenuous, and she's never considered Garcelle as a friend. Because me personally, if my friends' children are getting bashed, and I have children myself, best believe I would not be sitting there quietly allowing that to happen. I would not be. I would not be. What do you guys have to say? You're both muted.
Well, I was going to let the first guest speak.
Okay.
Oh, yes, you can
Yeah,
talk.
I would say it's a bit gutless of her to do it after the fact when she actually needed you to say it there at the reunion when everything was going down, even after that. So it just ties in with the theme that Sutton doesn't consider Garcelle to be a close friend, like someone that's really important to her. I genuinely think that Garcelle looked at Sutton as a good friend, but Sutton saw Garcelle more as an alliance, and that's the issue. That was a downfall for Garcelle, that she didn't see it. And like I said, I don't like agreeing with Miss Fraudica, but she was true. She is a liability. Sutton is a liability to Garcelle because she puts on her fake little Southern belle charm and feel like this. And Garcelle's always taken up for her. And it's bitten her in the ass now, unfortunately. But yeah, that was just not needed. I'm sorry. If you're not going to stand on business when I need you as my friend, don't come later and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't do what I was supposed to earlier on."
I agree. I agree. Mel?
Well, I agree too. I think that yeah, it's sad. I think it's very it almost feels like that, as you said, Layla, that season where they had, but we almost forget about the troll farm too, alleged too. That was pretty horrific too, and that was never really explained for whoever did it. Feel like Sutton forgot about all that. That just women went through a horrific time, and the simple fact is, she did the best she could, and I think that it's very disappointing that that Sutton didn't really back her up, because they really have been. I think that the ladies on the show, they have not opened up their hearts to these two women. They obviously, and guess what? They didn't open up to Crystal either. Can we say that too? Even though she's not a part of the conversation, but
Yeah, you're right.
they did not open up to these women for whatever reason, and it's very controversial. And I would love to ask the Fox 4, Fox, whatever they want to name themselves, why are you so threatened by Garcelle and also by Crystal? What is it about these women that threaten you so much? And I would say to Sutton, why do you feel the need to be validated by these women who are obviously, I wouldn't say dead inside, but who have issues, deep issues? They're very mean, judgmental, hypocritical. I mean, I can name all these different things. I don't want to be in the same room with that kind of person. So I'm definitely disappointed with Sutton.
I agree with you.
Yes.
100%. I couldn't be in a room with any of those women. And you said, why do they feel that way with her? I think it's because they're threatened. And she doesn't, like Garcelle and Crystal did not need their validation or approval. They are successful women. Garcelle's a successful actress. Crystal's a successful businesswoman. Her business just last year was, close to 2 billion. You know what I
Wow,
mean? In
okay.
in revenue. So they are successful in their own right. And these women, for them, they are intimidated by them, and they see them as, a threat, in
Absolutely.
my opinion.
Do you remember when
100%
Dorito said to Crystal, "Oh, well, I was making businesses. You were a child bride." Do you remember that last year?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
And
terrible.
that's
Oh
a
my
dig
God.
Disgusting.
at being
Oh
Chinese. They think that, China,
Asian,
they
yeah. Yeah.
buy a bride kind of thing.
my
That was
God.
a dig, and that was semi racist too. And
Uh-huh.
that's why a lot of people let
Demi, it was
her
full blown
Dorit
racist.
is full-blown racist, yes. And
My
they
God.
let Dorit get away with her racist
They
tendencies. And
do.
I'm sorry, number one, like I'm not a fan of her. But let me just quickly say hello to the people that just joined. Hello, baby girl 1981. Welcome. Hello, Vanessa. Welcome, Han. Happy Sunday to everybody. Somebody else joined as well. Let me just go down. I'm sorry if I haven't seen your comments. Cynthia, welcome, Han. Happy Sunday. I think I got everybody.
I was going to say too.
Anita J, welcome, and hello, God's child, welcome. Sorry, cut you off. Carry on.
No, please. This is you. I'm so pleased to be here tonight. So thank you. I was going to
Oh,
say,
no,
what?
thank you for being here. I'm pleased to have you up here with us and discussing. We don't normally get a male's perspective, so I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Well, I'll give you ladies a little bit. It's pretty fine now. But I remember that season. I was calling. I'm a caller. I love Bravo here again, New York City. And I remember it was at one point. Again, this is old news. I was on another channel, bigger channel. I've called in for years, and and I had a little minor issue with Diana a little bit.
Oh,
It's
lizard lips.
yeah, a little bit, because she was putting out paperwork on people, so that's the whole thing. But I was so I kind of have a different kind of history with this Bravo show. Um, but what I will say is that I think that these women, some of the women on this cast, are emotionally lazy. they lack accountability for their emotions, and then
Mhm.
they what they do is they feel uncomfortable. They don't want to dig deep and find out why they feel uncomfortable, and then they start judging and labeling other people who they claim make them feel uncomfortable. Now we know that these people have bad marriages. You know, Dorit has a marriage issue. Now Erica's saying that her ex-husband, who's in the nursing home, a criminal or whatever, he's the most meanest, ugliest person. Well, honey, you married him, and now you got Kyle saying that she don't know. God bless her, if she's with this woman or this man, or they have these issues, but yet all of a sudden they are so focused on Sutton and Garcelle and all these people. They have major issues, and I
Yeah.
think that the producers, and I don't know this, but I think the producers really felt like, you know what? Even though these women are very hard on Sutton and Garcelle, it balanced out the show. I don't know what the show is going to be next year. It's going to be a show full of mean
Absolutely
people.
not. Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
Kyle is the most disingenuous,
no.
perpetual victim I've
Mhm.
ever seen across the Bravo franchise. Talking about, oh, why are you questioning me my sexuality? You were just in a romantic music video with this woman. You were tattooing each other's bodies. So I do not understand why you're so offended that people would have questions.
Absolutely.
Bizarre.
But she had a lot of questions. You know what? And now the funny thing is, and I'm a spiritual person, and God bless Brandy, because you know what, I do believe all those years of toxicity, it's unfortunately what's happening with her face now. But she was not a person to believe in that instance when she said, "Oh, I've done all this with Denise, Charlie Sheen ex-wife. I've done all this with the." So they were asking Denise, I forget her last name. God help me, I forget her last name. I forget the
Denise
lady.
Richards.
Is it Denise Richards?
Yes.
Charlie Sheen ex? Okay, Denise Richards. Yeah, they were asking her if she was, what her lifestyle is or whatever, and they were grilling her and ran the lady off. Now,
Yes.
this
Yes.
year, you can ask a basic question about, basically asking, "Oh, hey, Kyle, how you doing? I mean, are you? We see these pictures in the newspapers or whatever. Are
Mm-hmm.
you? What's your life like? What's going? Oh, I didn't want to talk about it. I mean, wait a minute now. You be grilling everybody, so why can't we just ask
Exactly.
if you are emotionally okay?" It
On
is
an
like you said.
unfounded rumor as well, where she was
Exactly.
actually walking the red carpet with this woman.
Oh my gosh, I looked. That's true, very much. I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. To be honest with you, so
Mm,
it's a little
I
crazy.
agree with you. I just want to say one thing though. I want to ask you, Mel NYC. Do you believe Paurit's break-in was staged?
Oh wow. Do I believe? You know what? Um, I don't. I don't believe that. Again, even though I don't like Dorit, I don't like her, and I'm not judging Garcelle, because actually, listen, there's a question there. A lot of people, it's 50-50. Me personally, her kids were in the house, so I don't think. I mean, maybe, you know what? I'll give her this. Maybe she didn't know that
yes,
it was.
like Garcelle said.
Yes,
Garcelle
I think the
specifically
same thing.
said,
Yeah,
I do not think Dorit had any idea what's going to happen.
her children were there, so no, I don't
Yeah, I
think.
don't think so either. But I think she didn't know, and he planned it all because 8 months later he was able to pay his gambling fees.
His
Wow.
And this was
gambling debts,
set up
yeah.
by gambling debts, sorry, his debts and things like that. Well, there's still a fee anyway. You still owe the gambling, those gambling studios and all that lot, casinos money, so it's still a fee. But I wanted to say, why it didn't make sense is the whole phone, leave the phone to call for help. That's a bit weird. And what's her name? That's right now currently, unfortunately, going through brain tumor. I can't remember her name.
Oh,
Teddy.
Slipped my mind.
Teddy Mellencamp?
Sorry.
Teddy
Teddy, yes,
Mellencamp?
Teddy.
Hmm.
Her husband is the one that did the security thing,
Yeah.
and it's just convenient that the security wasn't working that night. It just didn't add up to me, and I'm one of the 4 people on Twitter, okay, that
I'm one of the
people
four
who
as well.
say,
Oh, my
okay, hello, Somali Queen. Hey, sis, welcome.
Hey, hi everyone, hi panelists, hi Nurain, hi Melancy,
Hello.
Oh, hello.
NYC. Hi. So I just wanted to say one thing. Um, uh, what did I want to say? I lost my train of thought because of you guys. Oh yes, I wanted to say we were talking about who Garcelle and Sutton, right?
Yes,
Oh
Sorry.
Garcelle and
shoot.
Sutton.
Oh yes, now I've just remembered. Morgan and Kyle Richards, they went to dinner with Kyle, her husband, and the kids a few years ago. There's a picture I saw on social media. So Morgan has been in their life longer than what we've seen on the show. That's what I wanted to say.
Wow.
Ah, I
Okay.
didn't
Yes,
know
yes,
that.
Me neither.
You
she was.
see,
She was. That's what she tried to say. We're all friends. I remember this. I remember this. And also speaking about dinner, Renna and the Fox 5 went out to dinner. If I don't know if I'm wrong, I think either before the reunion or after the reunion. But I have a video for all of that. Oh, Somali Queen dropped
I
down.
heard it was before the reunion.
Okay, so it was before the reunion. So I just wanted to tell Somali Queen that, but she dropped down. Thank you for coming up, sis. I appreciate you coming up. I just want to say hello to Terry T Baby for life. Welcome, Han. I hope you're well. Somebody else also came up. Hey, Sugar. Hey, Twin. Thank you for coming, sis. I appreciate that. She said she is here and she's listening in the background. Thank you for listening. So I want to show something, right? I want to show two clips. These two clips is something that I think kind of made Garcelle made up her mind, because we have to think, everybody, like, understand this is 12 hours of filming. They only give us a few seconds of the, like, few minutes of the, like, a half an hour, 45 minutes,
Yeah.
and it's 12 hours. So you have to understand the edit is heavily edited, so a lot of things took place. And I follow Kempire, and Kempire said that more happened between Bose and Garcelle, Garcelle and Kyle, Garcelle and Sutton, Garcelle and Kyle, Garcelle and Dorit. So imagine that all of them ganged up on this woman. And
Yeah.
more was done, but they covered it up for Bose because they want Bose to come back next season,
Yeah.
and they did not want Bose to get more backlash than she's already got now,
I
because
think we
she has
have
a
to do
bad
a whole
reputation.
nother segment on Bose and her Marie
I did a
Antoinette
live on it
wig.
yesterday, sis, but you
Yeah.
were traveling back to the UK, so
I was
I might do,
traveling.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Good
need to delve
thing on
into
my
more
video,
to
sis.
that.
Okay, and so I'm going to play a video. For me, these are the two. This is the two sections that I watched that gave me idea why Garcelle up and left, and she felt not supported by Sutton. So mute up, and I'm going to play this video. One moment.
And what did you say when she walked away after she told us what she told us off camera? Why did you come to me off camera and talk to me?
Because I thought that you're my friend.
And what did you say when she walked away after she told us what she told us off camera?
I think that Kyle wants to protect Morgan.
That's not what you said. You said that was a chess move.
The thing is with both of you,
Yep.
the two of you together are mean girls.
I'm gonna have to stop this dumbass,
Mean girls.
pathetic
Goodness.
cow. The nerve to call Garcelle and Sutton mean girls. Have you seen yourself in the last 14 seasons? Are you okay? You're a joke. You are a joke. What do you guys have to say about that part before I carry on?
That's just it's diabolical. Kyle, the perpetual victim, who's always coming up with schemes and little things to thwart anybody's type of success on the show, has the audacity to call somebody else mean girls. She was the one trying to out Denise's sexual affair. She was the one that would try to out Lisa Vanderpump when she was mourning the death of her brother and was involved in this whole puppygate situation. Kyle Richards is the same woman that sat there and let somebody drag her sister, jump at her sister and literally just ran away. So she is the most ridiculous person to even try and think that anybody else is a mean girl. And to be honest, I've always disliked Kyle. From the moment when she literally threw her sister under the bus, I've always disliked that woman, because guarantee you, I may hate my sister, I may have constant struggles and beef with my sister, but no one else is going to drag my sister in front of me. And the fact that she allowed season after season for rubber lips to come for her sister just shows the type of person Kyle Richards really is.
Thank you. Preach this. Mel, what do you think?
I agree, and I would add that Cal has no credibility at all. She just has none. I think she's a joke. I think that she surrounds herself with mean girls, or mean women, because even her wording, they're all women, they're not girls. She surrounds herself with mean women all the time, and yeah, she's a manipulator because it's always funny. Again, I'm not a therapist or anything, but I think it's quite funny that anytime people get really close to her truth, she as Noreen, I'm trying to say, I hope I'm saying correct, as the caller just said before me, she turns into a victim. I've noticed that for
Hmm.
all these years. Every time somebody gets really close to how mean she is to her sister, or how manipulative she may have been in her marriage, or how she is with her friends, or Lisa Vanderpump, or whoever, the moment they really get her in a corner and really try to hold her there, just to apologize, whatever, she turns to a victim every time, and she did just there. They all they did was ask her a question. They didn't ask her social security number or anything major. They just asked about her personal life. Are you doing well? And as they said, they noticed that she was manipulative, and they didn't, and so that's what they did. It was a very basic thing. It wasn't about nobody doing crazy stuff in bathrooms or whatever. And now she labeling them as mean girls when she know that they're the most popular people on the cast, and that's why she's threatened. But yeah, she
And
turned to
can I? You're
yes.
completely right. And can I just say, for Dorito to be sitting there going, mm-hmm, when you were saying the exact same thing last reunion about Kyle, would you send you that long message to
Mm-hmm.
try and manipulate you for you to, fall in line and not say anything that how you really feel? And Dorito's just sitting there agreeing.
Exactly. But I think she agreed with what Sutton, I don't know, the way I took it was as if she was in agreement with what Sutton said. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Somali Queen, welcome back, sis. What do you think about this part?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sis.
Yes. So I wanted to say, I'm sorry, I'm going in and out today. Um, Kyle Richards used uh, Rena, Erica, Dorit to go after what's her name, Dennis Richards. You remember what they
And
did to
Lisa.
Dennis?
Yep, yep,
They
I
they
remember.
used Dennis. They went after her and they did the worst to Denise. What they did to Denise made me look at all these women like I did not believe they could do something like that and get away with it. They tore her to shreds. They went after her OnlyFans. They went after her daughter. They went after her marriage.
Mm-hmm.
It was a ridiculous season. And that's why the
I
backlash
agree.
from us fans is the reason why Lisa Rena could not stay on the show because now after that they brought Diana. And then
And she
Diana
was
now
she was the
went
worst.
yes.
She
And
was the
then
worst.
so that the cast looked so racist the season before when Diana was on that they had to get rid of Diana and Lisa Rena also left, I think so, right? They left on the same season. They never came back after that. True or false? I can't remember. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
been a while.
true, true. Yes,
So
that's
then
true.
look
That
at
is true.
the pattern for these women. They have one. All of them have one thing in common. They're all racist. First of all, it's undeniably they are racist because some of them are their undertones, their microaggressions, their
Mm-hmm.
what they called the what's her name, Crystal. They said she's a child bride. Dorit said
Yeah.
that. Dorit said that. Doris called Camille the c word
Mm-hmm. More
so
than
many
once
times.
on several occasions. Yeah.
So many times she called her that. Um, remember what Erica did when she was going through the public scrutiny and the case that her husband stole money from people and victims.
Yeah.
And yes, remember how she was
Yes, she was verbally attacking
behaving
people.
was
I remember.
her behavior was unacceptable. If it was Garcelle doing these things, she would have been fired a long time ago. And this
A
is the thing
long time
Kenya said
ago. Yes.
yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Kenya said this that she said if this was any other show, would Brit have been fired? So you see now the white women get away. I'm sorry, no offense to the white people on the chat. We're not talking about you. We're talking about the people on the show. If these white women, black women were to do what half these white women have done, black women would have been fired a long time ago. They get away with so much hate, so much vindictiveness, so much gutter behavior that I do not understand how you film the next season. For Sutton to do what she did to Garcelle, it was coming. Eventually, it would have happened. Whether it's 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the line, she would have chosen a side because of who the Fox Five. We know them and how they roll. So
Yes.
this was season when Boz came on. I saw it clearly from episode 3.
Oh,
I thought this
Yeah.
is Garcelle's replacement, and I said this is Garcelle's replacement because they want to get rid of
I
the
thought
person
the same thing.
who's asking the right questions, who's asking what
Mhm.
people want to know without fear or favor, and they don't like to be asked questions. Remember what Rena did? Lisa Rena did. You remember the last season before she left? Remember what happened, what she did, and how hard she went. And then she was hiding behind producers, and nobody called her into account. Because every time
yes.
anybody talked to Erica, Lisa would protect Erica. Anytime somebody talked to Kyle, Lisa will protect Kyle.
Yes.
So
Yes.
That's
Erica
right.
protected Lisa.
Absolutely. Yes.
That is
Totally.
what they did. They
That
had each other's backs. There was no
Yes.
accountability.
That's right. You know what? Oh my gosh, I love this conversation. You know what? I forgot about that. You're right, and that was one of the biggest frustrations when the information came out, of course, about Erica's, husband, ex, whatever he is. That the viewers were screaming at the TV and on Twitter saying, "Wait a minute, Lisa Rinna, you've asked the most horrific, disgusting, terrible questions about everybody, but now." When your girlfriend is being exposed to be connected to a criminal, whatever you want to call it, you are mute. You're totally mute, and you're like, well, she's just processing. That is very selective, and I think it's also very racist. Some kind of
Yeah.
issue there. Something is wrong, very wrong. But
I agree with you, Mel. I think they all have problems, and like I said, they don't like being held accountable. What Garcelle said is, I took accountability. I stated my feelings. I never got grace for any of that. But you guys, what they were doing for each other, Kyle and Sutton were going back and forth. They gave each other grace. Kyle and Dorit going back and forth. They gave each other grace. Bose gave each grace to Kyle. They're all doing that. But when it came to Garcelle, there was no grace given to her. There was no acknowledgement of what she put up with, and in acknowledging the fact that she took accountability in her part in saying certain things, and even though it's based on her feelings. I'm just going to finish this video. Thank you, all of you, for your great points. Every single one of you had great points. I think my sister dropped down. She'll probably come back again. Her phone is always uncharged. I don't know. It might have died on her, so bear with me. I'm just going to carry on this video.
Hang on.
Mean Girls, that's really shocking to hear that, Sutton.
Okay, so that was that one. And I want to play this one. Okay, before I play this, I'm going to read some of the comments. But there's one that, for me, it was the face on Garcelle's face that just told me she's done. And it was kind of sad and kind of heartbreaking to witness that, I'll be honest with you. Because it's not a nice feeling to be ganged up on. And I'll be honest with you, me and the community that's on here right now, we got together because we are against bullying, right? In any form, it doesn't matter who you are. We don't like bullies. And I've been watching this show. I'm not as what do you call it, on tune with it as like my sister is, the one that just dropped down. She watched it religiously, but I watch it too here and there. And I only started watching it for Garcelle. I'll be honest with you. Beverly Hills, I only watch it for Garcelle. The rest of them, I could care less. Gmon, you're correct. Garcelle did look defeated. It was so sad. I'm gonna play that. Before I do, I'm gonna read the comments as well. So I just have to show this part because truly, I don't like to see anyone get bullied, and it just kind of broke my heart seeing her go through that, considering she's been on there for 5 seasons and she's done her part. She gave as much as she could give. Like, her life is, it's not her fault. Her life is, rosy, and it's not full of fraudsters and, scheming and court cases and, all that stuff. She'd been through her stuff. Her ex-husband cheated on her. She had to start all over again. You know what I mean? She's been through a lot. And the fact that no one gave her the chance, was she wrong also for alienating herself and just backing Sutton. Yes, sometimes you need to get both sides, but I think she knows more than we do in the environment that she was in, and she made that decision to stick by Sutton because she didn't like the rest of them and their behaviors. She tried time and time again. So just let me read some of the comments, because there were some really good comments. There was one that I saw. Okay, so I think it was the one. Okay, let me go back. Okay, yes, innocent instigator. Let me remove this video. Innocent instigator said this is actually what happens in our jobs. We're just seeing it play out on TV. So true. And I said this last night. On our live. This is everyday kind of thing that we deal with at work. And it is what it is. Like when I go to work, I'm not myself. I'm not Lala. You know, I have to put on a facade. I pray. Girl, I pray before I walk in that building because I don't know what I'm going to get, right? You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know, like, you have to be vigilant, on guard. And it's not a nice feeling. I'll be honest. It's not a nice feeling, but it is. You just have to do what you have to do. There was another one that I saw. A Chris P. Bacon, welcome. Thank you for joining. I think Chris said, I think this is mostly because she accused Dorit of a crime. Well, she didn't accuse Dorit. She gave her opinion, and she said she thought, though Dorit had nothing to do with it, but she thought it was, planned.
And I think Lisa Rinna definitely accused her of a crime with her children inside the home when she said that people were doing illegal things. So that was the confusion with Dorit. I was having like, wait a minute, you said to Bose that me and Lisa became the best of friends. I forgave her, and we're sisters now. But yeah, she told you. Then the way Dorit interpreted was that, as she asked Lisa at that table, she said, "Are you saying that I had my children in a house where people were partying like crazy? I'm using partying. Are you saying this would happen? That's called child endangerment." But yeah, she got over that with Lisa Rinna very fast.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm telling you, there's always one rule for them and one rule for others. And that's what really aggravates me about these lot. This is what really aggravates me. So I'm going to play this. And this is where I was saying that Garcelle looked devastated and defeated. So one moment.
And laugh. What about you?
I think I am most surprised from this season that Erica and I got along so well and had some really nice, fun moments. I hope that those continue.
They will.
Yeah.
And laugh.
Okay, so did you see her face? Considering she said something really nice about her disrespectful, racist mother.
She's betraying.
How do you sit there, pick somebody that disrespected you like no man's business, came after you?
Play that again. Play that again, please.
Okay, I'll play it again.
I think.
What about you?
I think I am most surprised from this season that Erica and I got along so well and had some really nice, fun moments. I hope that those continue.
They will.
Yeah.
And laugh.
That is just such fakery. Thank you. Sutton's last words were to Erica, who just insulted Garcelle. Exactly. She was basically, it was a warning. It was for her to say, I did my part. Okay. I didn't back, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. She's trying to say, I did what you guys told me to do. I stayed out of it. I didn't protect Garcelle. I didn't back her. So next season, don't come after me, Erica. She was giving Erica, like, this is a chess move. She was telling Erica, don't come for me because I did what you guys told me to do. Because my opinion is something changed with her mother or something changed in that St. Lucia trip. Sorry, Mel, carry on.
No, I'm sorry. Please. You know what? I love, sometimes my mind just be spinning. So I like it. So you know what this reminds me of? I'm not sure if you ladies watch Potomac, but this season, Wendy, who I love also, she didn't have as deep, because Wendy's tough, and she's blessed. She has a beautiful family. But there was a moment, and God bless Karen. She's God bless her. She's in prison right now, but she was saying thank you to the cast and as an audience. We think, oh, she's surely going to say thank you to Miss Wendy, honey, because Miss Wendy been in her corner for years, and she kind of left her. She didn't say nothing to her. She bypassed her, said hi to one of the new people. So sometimes these women on the reunions, they do take digs when you have the opportunity to bless your sister and say, you know what, my sister here, Wendy been in my corner, thank you for that. And that was Sutton's opportunity to say, you know what, I was surprised that me and Garcelle made it through. We are the best of friends, or I'm so grateful for her, or whatever. You're not gonna. Why would you give a flower or grace to people who will backstab you and toss you out the group as fast as they can? That didn't seem very smart, and it was a betrayal. It was a total.
That was a very good, analogy using that, and that was a good comparison using that, because I remember for Wendy to invite Karen to the White House, like her family, and you paid her dust.
Yeah,
that was so diabolical, and I'm glad that Wendy clocked that and said, actually, that woman is not my friend.
Yeah, but I think as Layla is saying, I think that's the same thing that Garcelle processed in that moment. She's like, "Oh my gosh, what? Wait, how?
Yeah.
No, we're not friends."
You can see it in her face. It's finally dawned on her that, oh, actually, she's in on this as well.
Yeah,
and they've actually come to the realize all of them are in cahoots and have planned this. And I was reading a blind item earlier today regarding how Rinna was advising them all on how to handle this reunion.
Hold up. Hold that thought.
Okay.
Right, okay. I'll come back with you for that, sis. Somali Queen, what do you think?
Bullshit. They're full of BS. I'm sick and tired of these 50 plus women, 50-year-old plus women behaving like they're in fucking high school. I'm just tired of it. I mean, like, for how long? How long have these women been on this show? They keep doing the same thing. And then I'm tired of production not calling it out and saying, you know what, we've had enough of this shit. Let's regroup and find some new cast members, fresh blood. They're just recycling the same bullshit in different ways. It's the same shit, different day. I mean, I'm tired of it. And I don't think I'll watch another Beverly Hills season. I don't think I will. I cannot stomach it, because Garcelle is the one that brought me back. I left after the Vanderpump scenario. I left. I said, I can't deal with this. These people are playing
me
with our
too.
emotions.
Thank you, because I really liked Lisa. I really did. Like, I loved Lisa and her husband and her beautiful like, I was about the lavish lifestyle. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm an
I
average
love
girl.
Lisa
I want to
Vanderpump.
see something different.
Yeah, not these women.
Which Lisa did you like?
Hello,
There are two
Alton
Lisas.
C. Welcome, sis. Thank you for joining.
Lala, there are two Lisas. When you say Lisa, not the demon Lisa.
Vanderpump.
No? Okay.
No.
Yes, there are two.
Please,
So,
that one's a broke chick.
okay.
Not duck lips. Lisa
Not duck
Vanderpump.
lips. Lisa what's the Vanderpump?
Yes, Vanderpump. I loved her opulence. She really showed, even though she's British, she showed what we were looking for, the lifestyle in Beverly Hills, And now you have these scammers and these fraudsters, and it's like, what the hell has happened?
Exactly.
But do you know,
and I don't know about you, but I don't turn on TV to watch busters. I don't. I do not.
Yeah, but then
do you know it didn't start yesterday?
It didn't start.
Sorry?
Hi, FMC. This shit didn't start yesterday. They did not start last year or the year before. They started with the marriage of the plastic surgeon and his wife. Season 1 and
Adrian,
season 2.
I remember.
Yes,
I
Malouf,
remember.
the Malouf.
She was good. The
they
one that was
went
married
after
to
the
plastic
Malouf.
surgeon.
Yes, Adrian Malouf. Yes.
Malouf.
Yep,
And then they went.
I loved her too.
They went after what's her name? The one that the husband unalived himself.
Taylor Armstrong.
Yeah.
They said it on live TV that your husband abuses you
and beats you. Yeah.
Yes, and she confided in them.
Don't say
But they wanted a moment. They did it for a moment. That's low down and gutter. She has children. She had
Yeah.
small children who will grow up to watch this.
She had, yeah,
I
a
mean,
little, exactly.
these women are unhinged. I've never
They
seen
are.
anything like it. And then because they are white, they're celebrated. You
Absolutely.
can't believe this. It's
100%.
unbelievable.
I 100% agree with you. It's absolutely diabolical behavior. What they get away with, I'm telling you, nobody else does. To use the C word, to go after people mentally,
Yeah.
and all the things that they done to one by one to those women to run them off. If you look back at season 1, I loved her. What was her name again, Lorena? The one that was married to the plastic surgeon.
Adrienne Malouf.
Adrienne, yeah. I loved when she wanted to pop over to Lisa's and she would strut along outside her gate, open her big mansion, and walk along to Lisa's for like a catch up. And when she took a bottle of champagne, that the lifestyle,
Yeah, that's
the
what we
way
wanted from Beverly Hills. And now we have these
exactly
struggling
through
wannabe
you. You
singers
know
and
what I
scammers.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't want
it's
to see
taken a
busters
dark
and
turn,
scammers.
a really dark turn.
I agree. I agree. Okay, so let me so Vanessa says she agrees with you 100% Somali Queen. Chris said something interesting. Oh, he said I miss LVP. Yeah, so do I. I really do. She says she ain't coming back. She's very successful with her other shows
She
right now.
doesn't need
So
this silly franchise anymore.
she doesn't. And he also, Chris said, I don't trust Sutton, the way she left Garcelle out to dry. Everything Garcelle did, after everything Garcelle did to her. I know. It's, listen, backstabbers, like they will have, Sutton will have her day. Good luck to her next season. Good luck. Even
Yeah.
though she
I
threw it
mean, that's
out
the
there and said,
only
hey,
reason why I would watch is for them to drag Sutton like they've been waiting to do. I honestly think that Sutton's going to be their next target because as Garcelle was, Sutton was asking questions that they did not like. So I just can't wait to see that. And Marie Antoinette wig wearing Boz, I can't wait to see her get her comeuppance as well.
yes, because I discussed her yesterday, but you couldn't join because we were traveling and that. But yeah, I'm not a fan of her. I could care less about her. But she's strategically smart, so she's got stuff up her sleeve. So I just want to show everybody one thing. And speaking of duck lips, speaking of duck lips,
Mm-hmm.
she thought she'd throw her little 2 cents and throw a bit of shade out here too. Okay, I don't know if everybody saw this. She also gave an exclusive. Why are these people giving exclusive over somebody departure or unfollow them? I find that so fame hungry, whorish, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like it's clout chasing over somebody's leaving the show or unfollowing them. They're just a bunch of clout chasers.
Also, Lala, can I say,
Mm.
in regards to Boz, aka Marie Antoinette, she she's very
Hold your thought. 1 minute. Black
okay.
Honeybee said Maria Antoinette. She's laughing at you. She's just welcome, Black
Yeah.
Honeybees. Thank you for joining. Carry on.
There have been a few blind items because she's a badass boss and workwoman, whatever, and the complete nonsense that she's propped herself up to be. A lot of blind items have come up that she has been, let's just say, using American colloquialism, an Uncle Tom in the workforce, hence that she would really disregard and run over a lot of her fellow Black people in
Yes,
positions
it's
to
all
get
over.
to a better
I
position.
saw that.
Yeah, there's
Yes,
been
I
many
saw it
blind
on Twitter.
items.
I saw it on X.
Yes, and that it kind of all falls together with her type of personality, and I can absolutely see her being that way. So I don't think it's more speculation, but I think more proof will come out sooner or later regarding her etiquette in the corporate world.
Yeah. Okay, so let me show this. So we're speaking of Lisa. She decided to do exclusive with I think it's People too. So this is what she's saying. So let me just take these comments coming off. Okay, so Lisa Renner has nothing to say about Garcelle exit from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I have no idea what's going on. She left the show in 2023. Tells people when asked if she's been keeping up with what's happening on the long-running series. Lisa Rinna tells people that she has nothing to say about Garcelle, recently announcing her departure from Beverly Hills, Real Housewives Beverly Hills. She also said she has not been keeping up with the show, which is a lie, because she has a podcast with her husband, and all she does is talk about the show. So stop with the lies, Lisa. It
She
seems
was
that you ain't
also
learned
on
nothing.
Andy Cohen's podcast regarding the show and
Mhm.
saying, "Oh, I've been watching it. It's a sinking ship," and he dragged her for
See?
that. So that's complete rubbish.
Exactly, the nerve. And she's a beggar. She made a mistake. She left on impulse. Sorry?
Yeah, and then she tried to take it back, but they said, "Nope, bye, rubber lips."
Exactly. Goodbye. And don't let
She
the
lied.
door hit you on your way out.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That People magazine thing is a lie, because after Garcelle announced her exit, she posted the Fox 5 on
Yes,
her
I know. She did that
Instagram.
deliberately.
On her
Yeah. She
Instagram.
did
So
that
you cannot
Yes.
tell
deliberately.
me you know nothing about what's going on when you're having dinner with these women and strategizing.
Yeah,
I mean, get the
it's
fuck out of here.
Thank
absolute
you
lie.
very
They
much.
all
Mel, what do you
strategize.
think, Mel?
No, I agree with the ladies. I think that, yeah, I was just want to say that she definitely watches from the cut. She's always, throwing little sneaky things on her Twitter, her Instagram, on the episodes, and yeah, and then you know what, Layla, this photo is frightening. It's gonna give me nightmares. I mean, oh my gosh, this woman, she looks,
You
she
know,
looks
she's
dumb.
trying to be a fashion girly. You
Well,
know,
no, no,
she's been trying to do
she's.
fashion girly, go to Paris Fashion Week for the last couple of years to stay relevant and get her
Yeah,
podcast
I've
up
seen
and
all
running.
of that, all the pictures that she's been doing and the magazines, and it's giving
She looks
Pennywise.
freaky.
Definitely, I was going to say a little demonic to me.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
very much Pennywise.
absolutely. The big if.
Okay, so let me finish with the statement. So she said, I have not been keeping up with the show. I have no
Mhm.
idea what's going on. She tells
Lies.
people. Arena adds that what she thinks about Garcelle. She goes, I have nothing to say. Bye. Bitch, bye to you, because nobody's giving you attention. You're looking for attention and nobody cares about you and your sorry ass podcast with your husband that doesn't work and doesn't provide for you. And word on the street is you took out third remortgage on that house because you still can't afford to pay it. Okay, your own daughters don't like you, so bye
That's
to
not
you.
actually word on
You
the
know.
street. She said it herself. It's mortgaged to the hilt.
Yep.
Mm.
That's why she needed to do this. She needed to do it.
She's
She's
been
so, to me, she's pathetic.
Yeah, she's been problematic for years. I remember years ago, and when people seem to forget, I brought this up a little while ago on things. I love Garcelle. Years ago, she was on this maniac who's running my country's TV show, The Apprentice, and she had said about Miss Dionne Warwick, a legend, and also Star Jones. She said the sisters, and she really wanted to say the N word because
Absolutely.
she was mad with the ladies, whatever. So that was one thing. Then her husband and her was wearing this sort of this very racist
Oh,
Halloween
yes, he was
costume.
wearing a Nazi type of regalia.
Yeah,
I saw. Yeah.
yeah, she's wearing that, and then there was a time where she said she was physically aggressive with a stranger who just told her husband was attracted. Like, this woman definitely has something going on. I mean,
Absolutely.
I watched her show today. It was the first one I watched, and she talked about of course, a horrific time with her mom and her mother survived a horrific attack. But then she said, well, because of that, that's the reason why I go. She said she went ballistic on her children. They wanted to play outside, and then she kind of went crazy in the house, lost her mind, and she said, well, I blame my mother because my mother was attacked. So, and then that was the reason why I'm the way I am with my children and how. No. So she definitely has a lot of problems. I'm glad
Absolutely.
she's now on the show. And as I said earlier, these ladies are so they credibility. They have no credibility because they always say, Garcelle, you ask the wrong questions. You ask you're too mean. You're too this. But this woman and this one with the lips and the crazy wig on, she got that talk. She got that podcast with her husband, and is saying, let's not talk about the husband. It's celebrating the time when she physically attacked a woman at the table. Like, come on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
And she talks about, oh, I've left that show, but your whole new show, your podcast, the whole premise is of the Housewives.
that's yeah.
So let's be
You.
real.
That part. Thank you very much. Let me just say hello to T-Baby. Welcome. Rena's a walking historical disorder. Listen, I agree with you. Thank you for joining. Hello, Cricket22. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I agree with you. I am tired of these witches that purely looking for clout. She's trying to hype up her podcast with her husband, which is not doing so great. She's a Bravo don't want her back. These dinners and stuff ain't gonna bring you back, boo. Let's keep it real. It ain't gonna bring you back.
Even Andy was annoyed with her and the rubbish that she was trying to say.
Can you guys hear
How
me?
she's saying, "Oh, it's a sinking ship." No, actually,
Hello?
you're the sinking ship.
Yes,
Hello?
Somali Queen.
Oh, you
Yeah.
guys can hear me? No, because I disappeared from the screen. I was wondering what was going on. You can hear me?
Oh, I put Lisa Renna and Garcelle's picture up.
I love Garcelle. Lisa Renna giving me nightmares.
She can
Let me
bugger
tell
off.
you,
Let me put.
I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you guys a question. Do you think that you remember the scene when Kyle's sister, Kim, talked about Lisa Renna's husband, and Lisa broke the glass like she wants to stab Kim?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, we remember that.
I remember.
Do you think if it was Garcelle would have been back the next season?
Absolutely
No,
not.
no,
We all know
no.
that. We all know that.
You know
and
that. There's double
stupid
standards out here.
Kyle. Yeah, and the fact that Kyle, that stupid, gutless, spineless woman, would allow somebody to attack her sister like that and then run out of the restaurant crying like she's some victim. From then, I just knew what a pathetic woman she was. And then let's be honest, production always protect her. They always protect Kyle.
Yeah, that's true. Again,
they always do.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they didn't hold none of. Well, actually, the Fox 4 and Fox 5, whatever they are, they never held Erika accountable for her ways and her, her marriage and her things. And Lisa Rinna, the woman on this screen right now, she has done the most horrific, character assassinations. Everything she can do with so many people that show, and these women had the nerve to be in a recent People video saying, you know what, it's all behind me now, and we have sisters now. I looked at the and said, you got to be kidding me. This woman on the screen has said worse to you than was your home.
Absolutely.
Robbed or not robbed. She said worse about you. Absolutely, she did. So.
And let's not act like Garcelle has just plucked that out of thin air. The whole world was thinking that because it just looked so fishy and suspicious. Until now, there's like any type of investigation. It hasn't brought up anything. So that's a bit weird, especially when it's such a very affluent area. And that's a good security system.
Yeah, and the good point too, because another point people missed this year of reviewing the show is that why did the world, and then we're going to say it, why did the world, because there's still questions about that robbery, because people forget this part. There was a scene that the ladies, the Fox, whatever they are called, they had removed where Dorit was being chased by a woman trying to serve a lawsuit. I guess it was a couple of years ago. At
a hotel or at some type of beach resort.
Yeah. So when you have that kind of lifestyle and you have, people chasing you down to give you papers, and then you have rumors about of course, people are going to think that any kind of thing in your life is questionable. Your life is and even your accent, people, at one point.
So, you're from Connecticut, but you speak like you're from Britain. It's really weird.
So she doesn't really give me a very honest person. So that's why people have those feelings about you, Dorit. You can't blame Garcelle. Garcelle's gone, and I'm sorry to say this to you, Dorit. Garcelle's gone, but guess what? People are still going to think that you're a liar. I'm sorry. That's just what it is.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're going to think they're lying. I mean, since she's been on the show, she's had lawsuit after lawsuit, her and her husband. And she had to liquidate her company, Beverly Beach, is it? And he was being sued by the Bellagio for unpaid gambling debts. So it's a very honest conclusion for someone to draw. And she's acting like Garcelle plucked it out of thin air. Like, let's stop now.
Right. You can't.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, you can't be chased down.
Carry on, Mel. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say you can't be. If I saw a friend, or I wouldn't even say they were friends. If I saw a person I'm communicating with being chased down and having all this stuff going around, I would question everything they say. I'd be like, who is this person? Like, what is your life? What is going on with you? Your life seems very mysterious and has a lot of problems with it. No, I don't believe what you say.
I agree. Deborah said, I think Lisa Renner is mean because she's hungry and I've never seen her eat.
Uh-oh.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. It does not, listen, doesn't go off me, like, over me. But American Born said PK paid off 1 million to the casino, still owes 1.5. That's
Wow.
crazy to have that kind of gambling issue. That is madness. I could not imagine. She also said, and she supposedly got 30,000 stolen out of her purse at the store. Shaking my head, robbed 3
Oh,
times
yeah,
back.
that was a funny one when she said, I got it. I withdrew this cash for Christmas presents. It's like, come on, who's going to withdraw that much cash to go into a department store? I'm sure they take card. So even that didn't make sense.
Exactly.
No, it didn't.
It doesn't make sense. And I'm sorry, like this I'll be honest, the only way I would watch, I'm not planning to watch next season. The only way I would watch if they did a complete recasting. If there's no recasting, I ain't watching.
Me
But
neither.
while we're on the subject of Lisa Renner, things have been popping off on TikTok about her, and a lot of things have been coming up. So I really want to show this video because I saw it today. Shout out to Eloquent for sending me this video. I saw it today and I was like, you know what? I must show this because I've been saying this. I've been saying this for weeks. It was a setup. It was a gang up. They planned it. So let me play this video.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
let me know what everybody thinks. So everybody mute up. Let me post this.
This user, RHOBH4, I think we're all gonna know who this blind item is about. It just came out over the weekend. The attack on the actress housewife was coordinated, and the C-list housewife with the iconic hairstyle and dirty house was part of it. A meeting took place before the reunion. The token housewife knew it was going to happen. Iconic hairstyle, dirty house, Lisa Rinna. And a lot of people felt after watching the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion part 1 that it felt like a lot of the cast had this coordinated effort to go against Garcelle. So much so that there were rumors going around too that apparently the crew and producers were so thrilled that Garcelle was leaving the franchise and that she was not easy to work with. I shared this comment on the last.
Okay. So, did you see that? Did you guys get that at the beginning, what she said?
Yes.
Yes, I got that.
So she, well, not her, but the person that came up with this said it was the way they described the person to me, and I think to everybody, it sounded like Miss
It's
Lisa
Renna.
Renner.
It's Renna. Renna is a C-class actress.
Exactly.
Renna is a C-list
I would have said
housewife
E-class,
with an
but
iconic
okay.
hairstyle and dirty house.
And she has
She's
a
the one with the
dirty
dirty house.
house with that, has a lot of rodent problems. So that is definitely Rinna.
I think so too. Mel, what do you think?
Well, yeah, definitely. Based on this report, it sounds just like Renner. I think the only thing, if the woman would have said somebody with deflated lips, we would have definitely known it was Lisa Renner.
Yes, it's Lisa Renner. So I'm going to carry on. And we spoke about this earlier, Mel. I think that's when you joined me, about how they were saying that they put out a rumor out there. When everything else didn't work, they came out with a VAR rumor saying Garcelle can't be worked with, the crew don't like her, and all this stuff. So let me carry on playing this part because that's where she covers this part as well.
Video I posted today where people were leaving behind comment on the last video I posted. so thrilled that Garcelle was leaving the franchise and that she was not easy to work with. I shared this comment on the last video I posted today where people were leaving behind comments on some Bravo scoop that they've heard. This user, RHOBH4, said, not the wildest, but apparently Bravo crew favorite housewife is Garcelle. She makes sure everyone is well fed and takes breaks. And these rumors are honestly so baseless that former supervising producer Patrick McDonald came out himself and said, no, producers and crew loved working with Garcelle. And believe me, I've seen the comments in my comment section where some people are like, well, the guy is a former producer. He left to do OnlyFans content. He was a producer on the network for over 10 years. I will always
Exactly. Over 10 years. They tried to ruin her reputation. Okay. She's an actress. All she does is work with behind the scene crew and production. That is her job. Of all the years, she learned that you have to, like, she's kind anyway, good with people, but she learns that these are the people that will speak highly of you later on, even if you leave, right?
Yes.
So they all really liked her. Every single one of them liked her. And he came out because, he's no longer contractually obligated with them. Because he unfortunately decided to go to another route and try OnlyFans. So he's no longer a producer, but he's been a producer everywhere else. And when he was leaving Bravo, and they told him he's no longer working with them anymore, when I say his timeline was flooded by every cast member that he's worked with, from not Atlanta, well, no, not Atlanta, but Potomac, Beverly Hills,
Vanderpump Rules.
Jersey,
Vanderpump Rules.
Vanderpump, yep, Vanderpump. Another one, I can't remember, but it was so many of them. All the housewives and all the other cast members flooded saying, thank you, you're amazing. We love you. And, we wish you'd come back. So he is somebody that's been in the industry, especially in Bravo as a producer, for many years, over 10 years. So he came out because he did not like what they were trying to do, which is tarnish Garcelle's reputation.
Yeah. Can
Everything
I
else that
say,
they worked
Lala?
with.
Can I say, Lala, that this was an orchestrated smear campaign because this woman has been in the business for decades, and not once has there been any type of indication that she has been rude, untoward, or treated anybody some type of way. And the fact that at the moment that she leaves this franchise and is on bad terms with these women, that all these rumors start. So it's obviously very orchestrated, and we can say who's behind it, but these people know what they're doing.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, and it didn't work, and it backfired on you, on them. Somali Queen, do you have anything to input before I carry on?
With what they said, this segment.
Yeah, with what she's saying about Garcelle and what they tried to do to her, and the producer coming up to her, vouch for her.
Oh yes, no, they're just trying to ruin Garcelle's reputation because everybody loves Garcelle, and the truth does not even need defending. That's why Garcelle is not talking, because she knows her truth.
Exactly.
End of the day.
I agree with you 100%. Mel, what do you think?
Well, I will say this is kind of funny story because I knew Mr. Patrick McDonald. New York City is a very small community here with the LGBT. We all kind of know each other. I wouldn't say I don't know, I haven't had many conversations with him, but I before he was on TV and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of, the community is very small here. I wouldn't say he was the nicest person, and I'll leave it there. But I will say that I believe, like you ladies are saying, that he's definitely, he's telling the truth about Garcelle. I mean, this is another issue that I think is so funny about the way a lot of people have reviewed the show, talked about Garcelle. She is a woman from Haiti, and in New York City, we have a big community of West Indian people, which is a wonderful thing. We have in Brooklyn, we have all different people, and people from the island are very conservative with how they are, but that doesn't mean that they carry themselves well. It's just different than maybe somebody, my family's from down south, and we lived in New York City a lot. So it's just a different feeling. But I think that she, but her coming from the island, in my opinion, and I don't know very well, meant that she was conservative with the way she dealt with things. It didn't mean that she was dishonest. I mean that she was just a a woman who did things differently. She worked a very long time in the modeling industry. Did a very good job there. Broke down doors right up there with Tyra and Naomi, and then she went on to be a really wonderful actress. And I loved her in Magicians and Spider-Man. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan of her work. So yeah, like you ladies were saying, she has been a professional for a very long time. This little show is not really the biggest thing on her resume. It's just this was a thing that got her in front of different producers, and she got deals from it. But yeah, all the people that really matters, they said what a wonderful, what wonderful contributions she's made to everything that she goes to. How in her timeline right now, Deborah Messing, I mean, super A-list, so actresses that I'm looking at, they are in her timeline all the time. They're like she's up there with the A-list of Hollywood. So yeah, I don't care about these people on this show that I'm not watching anymore. They have no credibility. Absolutely not. They don't have any credibility.
I agree with you. So you saying he ain't Mr. Nice, like he's portraying himself.
Well, you know what? That's a whole other story. But I will say this, because I was on Kempire at one point. I mean, I like I've called into shows. I've done it for years, for a long time, whatever. I like calling it when I have a chance. And a separate issue, yeah, the gay community is a very small community, and maybe he's different now, but back in the day, he was the kind of guy that you would stay away from. You were like, people talked about him because he was very wild. He was, and if you had the unfortunate, mistake to bump into him, my experience, his breath was not he didn't have very good breath. He was not a very nice man. I mean, but this is something I want to go down the road. But it was a one-time experience, just, and there was no romance, nothing like that. But
yeah,
it was just a question. He was a bartender. That's what I'll say. He was a bartender. And, again, when you in New York City, you have different events. People come here from, for Pride and so many different things. And you just run into each other, all type of people all the time. And the community is very small.
I loved NYC for that. I loved New York City.
Yes.
I used to go every year. It was so good, and I enjoyed it. And the people were very nice, and out there, and bubbly and fun. It's all about like mixes, if you know what I mean. It's like there's always an event going on and everything.
Yeah, I love New York in the summer.
Yeah, it's very small.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved Shakespeare in the Park. I was obsessed. Considering I'm British, who does not love Shakespeare? I love Shakespeare. And I used to go every year. If I went in the summer, I used to go Shakespeare in the Park. And I loved the plays. I loved the Broadway. I loved everything about New York City. I just love that city.
Well,
like,
I mean, for me, yeah, it's good. I mean, so funny. I feel spoiled because, again, most of my family's from down south, but
where down south, can I ask?
Well, I have family all over from Florida, from the Carolinas to Virginia, all through, But we live.
I love your accent, by the way. I really love your accent.
Yeah, I love it. It's got that twinge of Southern as well. I really like it.
Well, you know what? It's the the woman, the wonderful, strong goddesses who raised me. I was just around them all the time, eating cornbread and rice and beans and chicken and all type of things.
Lovely.
Yes,
that's lovely. You know what? It's so funny how
so
I had cornbread. I had cornbread once, and when I was in America, I fell in love, and I've just been trying to recreate the recipe ever since.
You know what's so funny?
Yeah, we don't have that here, I'm afraid. I love a good old soul food. Okay, so British
people's food is bland, so.
Yeah, but I'm British. Somali Queen.
No, I'm not talking about the colored people. I have not said.
Yeah.
I am talking about the British people. The British people, their food is
yes,
bland.
British people is meat and 2 veg. That's their diet.
Yes, but listen, we have great pastries. We have really nice pastries, like a veggie pastry.
Yeah, because you guys are tea people. You like tea. We do tea.
Yeah. But like
we do tea. What are they called? Tea, like the Bridgerton. We do them. Yes, we have them here.
I love a tea and scone. I had that today.
Americans, if you ever go to England, please do not ask for the British breakfast. Please Do not.
Yeah, no, no, no.
No, a full
I'm
English is amazing.
a full English. The Somali way is amazing, not the British way.
Not the
Yes.
British way, yeah. There's some places you have to avoid, but in general, a full English breakfast is just like it's comforting to the soul. It's lovely.
I'm
It
gonna
is.
ask,
It
I'm
is
gonna ask
very
you.
comfort
has
food.
I was
no.
gonna ask you, ladies. Have you ever saw? Yeah, probably did. You ever saw a wonderful film by Whoopi Goldberg called The Color Purple?
Yes,
Yes, years ago
Okay,
when I was
I love
younger.
the
so
colored purple.
you
The
remember in The
classic.
Color Purple when Silly was first giving Sugar Avery, you know, her food. She was in the kitchen cooking and made the ham, the eggs, the biscuits, and well, that's kind of how my mom was, you know, with that kind of.
Oh
That's
wow, I'm
yes,
jealous.
yeah.
I'm
So
jealous.
that's it. But you know
That's
what?
so nice.
But I tell you, ladies, we don't eat that every day. Now, so throughout the week, we have some fish, we have some, different rice, salads, whatever. But on the weekend, like on Sundays, we did have roast chicken. I'm not sure what I call it there, but we have beef stew. I mean beef soup, which is the oxtail, and you put a lot of potatoes and
Oh, I love an oxtail.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So
lovely. That sounds delicious.
Oh, you grew up eating good, man. I'm
Yeah, you're so
jealous.
lucky.
we ate good.
Listen,
We
apart
ate
from
good.
the bacon stuff, you like there's no pork on my fork. But listen, you grew up eating good. I'm jealous
Yes.
now.
We ate.
I'm jealous.
I was blessed. The people were.
Yeah.
Blessed and highly favored. Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Listen,
Yeah, I mean,
like,
yeah.
why is everybody going in on British food? Yes, I agree. Some
It's
foods are
bland.
bland, but
It's
I grew
bland.
up here my whole life. I've been here 32
It's
years,
bland.
right?
They
There
don't.
are some bland things, but but
listen, shepherd's
it's
pie.
comfort food as well. There's a lot of comfort food.
But you know what I will say,
We
all
have
of us.
bangers and mash.
But
We
but
have
what
which
I
is gorgeous.
but I was
You
gonna say
know,
what I will say for all of us. Whenever we eat, all of us, whenever we eat with our roots, we always going to get good flavor. That's it. Because even for me,
yes.
so
Listen,
yeah. So I was going to say for me,
I agree with you.
all this other food in America was based on, and not to get too deep, but it was based on the enslavers just sort of throwing scraps at the people that was there,
Yes,
and then we
definitely.
took it and they took the most expensive parts, and then wait a minute, and the log cabin they got the soup going, the cornbread. What are they cooking? We took that and we turned it into soul food, and that's why the flavors
Absolutely.
are so deep there. It's very deep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Black people of all over the world, our food always tastes the best. That's just what it is.
Do you know what I
I'm
want to
telling
try?
you.
I want to try their sweet. Is it the sweet potatoes they put in? There's something that looks like sweet potato? It's orange. It looks like pumpkin. I don't know what it is. That
It's
has
sweet
it looks
potato,
like,
but I don't know
yes,
what they call it.
what
They
they
have
put
it
it
in
in the
Thanksgiving.
sauce. The sauce they put it on, like, and then you talk about that cornbread, and then some of the greens. You know that greens without the pork in it, but then just greens and the beans. And I don't eat beans, but I will eat. I mean, the southern food looks
It's
mwah,
delicious.
It looks
Yeah.
amazing.
Collard greens.
It
Yeah.
looks amazing. I've already said I had plans to go to the US this year, but the US ain't seen me for the next 4 years. But I want to say,
True story,
move to
Lala.
Jamaica.
True story. Do you remember I got stopped at the airport for trying to smuggle in some pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie?
I remember that, and I remember. Do you remember when my what was it called from Canada got confiscated? My maple syrup.
Yes.
Listen,
Yeah.
I even tried to bring. I started smuggling. I tried to smuggle in some biscuits. I got stopped. Okay, I did everything I could to bring some food back for me.
Yeah, I
Wow.
remember I bought some
Cece.
biscuits back from you, the ones in the can
Yeah,
that
you
you
did.
made.
I was so happy. I didn't like the packet ones though. It was disgusting. But Cece, I'm coming to you next time. Okay, I'm coming over to you in the
Oh
next 4
wow,
years. I'm
Cece made
coming.
collard greens. Yum.
She makes good food. Cece's a great cook. Alpham C, who was here earlier, is a great cook. So I'm coming to all you ladies, okay? I gave you 4 years. Prepare for my meals, okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Prepare
tagging
my
along.
meals.
I'm coming along too.
Yes, my sister
And
wants to
more the
come too.
merrier. The food will be on the table. There'll be a lot of food.
Now we come and see you in NYC too, okay?
I'll be more
Prepare
than willing to
some
make
southern
you
food.
some mac cheese, collard greens, cornbread,
Oh
everything.
my god, that sounds amazing.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. You ain't got to tell me twice. You sold me a cornbread. Okay, you
You
sold me there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me I want to say Okay, Chris actually is a neighbor of ours. Chris is from Germany. Okay,
Wow.
well, welcome, Chris. Thank you for joining
Guten
from
Tag,
Germany.
Chris. Funny thing, Chris,
How do
I
you
was
say
just
hello?
in
Is it guten
Germany
Tag?
yesterday. I was just in
Oh,
Frankfurt yesterday.
Oh yeah, you were traveling back. Is how do you say hello in German? Is it guten Tag?
Guten Tag. Yeah.
Yes, guten Tag. That's hello in German. You know, I am fluent in different languages. I'm joking. I'm rubbish. I'm rubbish. Don't take me serious. Okay, let me finish out this video.
Take the word of someone who goes on the record who was working with the crew, aka this former supervising producer, then anonymous sources claiming that Garcelle was difficult to work with. Go on the record if you're so confident. He did. Patrick did not just stop at that video. He posted more evidence showing himself and other producers and crew members who were hanging out and filming with Garcelle, Sutton, Jennifer Tilly. They were looking like they were having a great time.
When it's cold outside, I got the month of May. I guess you say what.
Okay, so they for some reason this for some reason the sound went, but they were singing "My Girl," something
Play that
about
again.
my
Play the video again.
girl, my girl.
Play that again.
well, I think the video cut off because of the music or something.
Yes, it will
Copyright.
cut it
Yeah.
off. I can't, Somali
No,
Queen.
you need to
I
mute.
can't.
Just mute the video, and just play the video without sound.
Which part? The part they're dancing?
The whole thing.
Okay, I'll play it again.
Producer, he was working with the crew, aka this former supervising producer work with. Go on the record if you're so confident. He did. Patrick did not just stop at that video. He posted more evidence showing himself and other producers and crew members who were hanging out and filming with Garcelle, Sutton, Jennifer Tilly. They were looking like they were having a great time.
When it's cold outside, I got the month of May. I guess you say
Okay, mute. Mute. Lala.
Yes, I did mute.
Mute.
I did.
Didn't look like a
It was.
hostile work environment to me. What do you guys think?
Listen,
Are you
it
Team
cuts off.
No,
Garcelle
it's
or
fine.
Team Fox Force 5? Because it feels
It's
like they're
fine.
trying to create a narrative that
Okay,
Garcelle was
just
difficult
stop
to
it.
work
It's
with
fine.
and
I've
that
seen.
producers and crew Sutton, Jennifer Tilly, they were looking like they were having a great time.
Oh, we got it.
Yo.
I'm going to remove this video because every time you put on the music part, it comes off. So I'd rather
Yeah.
just remove it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
they
why I was
were
telling you to
saying,
just stop it. I was just
Yeah.
telling you to stop it.
Yeah, but
okay,
it looked like they was having a good time. Again, like I said, I didn't know that man very well. I met him one time, but that was years.
How long ago did you meet him?
That was a year. That was years ago. It had to be about 8 or 9
Yes.
years ago.
So now he came clean. Whenever, if you have watched his recent video, his recent confessionals, he talked about what he went through and the addiction he had, and then he said that he got clean and changed his life. So he's been sober for a year and a half now. Yes, and he turned his life around. So probably you met him when he was a J.
Yeah, you know what? I think that for me, again, I want to keep it to Garcelle, but I will say one thing about him is that he is, and I hate to say it, but he's very common in the fact that he represents a certain part of the community that is just the way he is, he looks, and all that. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, whatever. It's a certain group of guys that are just that way, and they do have a certain thing. But again, professionally, may be a whole different thing. Don't know him for years. It was a one-time thing, but it was almost like when I met him or dealt with him on that occasion, it was like, oh, you're just like everybody else in this regard. So that's what I was getting from, because there's a lot of guys that are like that here in New York City, and they're not. You're just going to stay away from them because they just not. Good, but professionally, again, obviously, that evidence showed that the ladies were having a good time with Miss Garcelle. Garcelle was, as always, she's a good lady, and she brings joy in life everywhere she goes.
Garcelle was loyal. She was a good friend. Those are things that, no matter what people say, she was true to herself. She came in, did what she needed to do, got what she wanted to get, and she saw, okay, I think now people are going to start crossing lines that we can never come back from. I don't want to be disrespected. I don't need validation. I don't need this job anymore. It's done what it needed to do. It's time for me to bow out. And she did it gracefully.
She
I
did.
think
Yes,
when
I agree.
people get caught up in this lifestyle. And then the only other thing is, we all know Garcelle has a job. She has jobs, and not one, two, three, four, five, six different things she's doing. Other people on that show have been left money by their husbands, and some have died, some are still alive. They're still being paid alimony and child support. And then we have women who don't have things to do. Their husbands are broke. They themselves are broke. They're in debt. And very soon they're going to be paying liens on their properties. So they need Bravo money. Garcelle and them are two different things.
Absolutely.
They're totally different. They're in different lanes. So you know what I said? Fuck those white hoes on that show. And I'm out.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, isn't
Drop
Doritos
the mic,
house?
Somali Queen, drop the mic. And she bounced like that. Somali Queen, I want to thank you so much for being here with me and being here with us. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you so much. She's also my mod. I love her dearly. She's based in Africa, and right now it's 4:26 a.m. for her. So I want to say a
Wow.
huge thank you for her
Thank
being here with
you.
me, because she didn't have to do that. And I love you, sis. Thank you so much. I appreciate you more than you know.
Of course.
Carry
Thank
on.
you.
I don't know who was talking first. I think I interrupted you, one of you guys. So
Oh
carry
no,
on if
no.
you.
I was just saying that what you were correct in saying is that Erica is in a lawsuit now for scamming some poor dress designer. Dorito's house is in pre-foreclosure because her husband hasn't been making payments. And you have Garcelle, a black immigrant Haitian woman who's self-made and who's worked so hard and be able to buy herself another house, a beach house at that. And I just think there's this inherent jealousy, and also that twinge of racism, like, oh, how come she has this all, we should be doing better than her. And I think that's what a lot of this stems from. They have that deep hatred for to see a woman, especially black women, having all of this, and she does not have to rely on anybody.
I agree. I think that so you know what, and I'm going to actually have to drop down soon, ladies, but I was going to say this. I totally agree, because do we remember, so what was supposed to happen with Garcelle was she was supposed to be embarrassed. She got there the first season, and they said that you were so broke that you didn't pay the charity that we were all attending. That we went to
Yes.
the charity, you did not pay. So that was supposed to be her narrative as the angry or the cheap black. But she obviously
Yes.
left that show in a better position than most women lead these shows. So that's a really good point. Also, celebrities love these programs, but when I look at Garcelle's Instagram, which I look at it every day because I like to look at her pictures, and I think she was actually having a good time with her son for Easter today, so it was a beautiful thing. But on her videos, on her publicly, the celebrities like these ladies, but they'll DM them, and they really don't want to own it publicly. But and if you ever look at Garcelle's, like pictures, you see so many celebrities under her thing. It's like, oh my gosh, because the respect level is very high for Garcelle in Hollywood. It feels like sometimes celebrities, they like these people and they'll DM them privately, so it won't. But with her, they just like, nope, we're gonna put it right on her Taraji P. Henson. I think Halle Berry a couple of weeks ago. I mean, major people be always in her comments. Like, okay,
Definitely.
she's definitely one of
She's
the
well
queens.
liked and well loved.
Very
She
much so in
definitely
Hollywood.
is.
Very
Yeah.
much so. So yeah, she's one of the, again, she's a part of Black history for us here in America. That she was a wonderful model. She had a wonderful career. She's up there. I'm going to say with Halle Berry. I know she hasn't won an Oscar, but when I think of that time of watching Miss Angela Bassett, Halle Berry, Regina King, Garcelle. They all were in a league of actresses who were part of Hollywood that was the golden age for black excellence, basically. And you know, she's basically went there for a couple of years and revitalized her career. She got a lot of deals out of it, a lot of different, you know, endorsements and productions. And now again, she's like having a wonderful time. I think she even hinted at another talk show or something. So or something.
She actually said, Mel, she actually said she has 2 shows in the works right now, just being produced. It's going to come out early at end of this year, early next year.
Wonderful.
She's part of the new, I think, Superman movie. I can't remember if I'm Spider-Man movie. She's got another movie out. She's also on Netflix at the moment with another show. The girl is booked and busy. She is, you know, she's a well-liked lady, and she's an icon, a true icon in my opinion. And
she is.
Yeah, carry on, Mel. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say she is, and I was gonna say not to, because I had to come back one day because I would love to hear what you think about Kenya, because I have conflicting things. But I was gonna say this: Kenya could learn a lot from Miss Garcelle, and if we look back at the books,
oh my gosh, I think we need a whole week to discuss Kenya.
If we look back at the books,
oh,
Kenya,
I can't do her. I can't do it.
If we look back, I was gonna say, if we
But
look
Mel, I'm going to tell you someone that's amazing that covers Kenya, the whole Kenya debacle and situation. You need to check her out. Her name is Queen Sheba. She's amazing.
Oh,
she has
yes,
her own
yeah.
YouTube channel. Queen Sheba. You know Queen Sheba?
Yes, I do. She's the one. I think I found her for her interviews with the Love in Huntsville people.
Yes. Listen, Mel, did you watch Love and Marriage Huntsville?
No, I actually didn't really get to. I don't watch. I mean, I'm not sure if you ladies remember this lady, but her name is Iyanla Van Zandt. So I love her.
Yes, I remember her.
I love her. I actually called into. I communicated with her years ago. She's from Brooklyn and all that. But so I used to watch her show religiously. Ladies, love Iyanla, love her books. But when she left, because she was bullied off of OWN because the trolls kept bullying her. I didn't watch OWN as much, so I didn't know. But I remember that Queen Sheba that you mentioned, she was having these really, really good interviews with some of the cast from Love in Huntsville. So I was very interested in that.
Yeah, I started my journey on YouTube now. I don't know. I'll tell you, I started my journey on YouTube. Everybody in here, and the way I'm known is I used to go on panels. Like I said, I started being on YouTube because I used to watch Love and Marriage Huntsville. I will not anymore. Since the Queen has left the show, I will not be watching that diabolical, evil creature show. I would never watch that again. But I will tell you, I started my journey on YouTube because of that show. I went on different panels sticking up for Melody because she'd been bullied severely, and it was a gang up on her too because she's a smart woman that unfortunately married a man that was cause of her downfall. Cheated on her for 5 years, had a baby outside of wedlock, and to this day he's right now soon will be in court for unfortunately trying to release revenge fee on her.
Wow.
And the whole cast
diabolical.
knew. Yes, and the whole cast knew and did nothing about it. I hate Carlos King with a passion. I wanted to ask you, do you know Carlos King? Are you familiar with him?
Well, yeah, I love Nene Leakes. So when I found his channel when he was interviewing her, so then when he interviewed Nene, and then he was interviewing some other ladies, I tried to watch. I still got to catch up with the Cynthia and Krista, because Krista was telling him off, and I didn't.
Yes, I watched that. I can play that for you if you like. I watched it, and it was really good.
Okay, yeah. So I was the last one that I kind of was finishing up, whatever.
Yeah,
but
he's not a nice person. He set up that he has a problem with strong black women, right? He also been talking mess about Nene, and it's come back to her now because Funky Dineva anyway threw him under the bus and said, "Sorry, I don't mean to say this, Carlos, but Carlos said Nene's only good in conflict," which is a lie. Nene did not need to be. Nene was that show. That show would not be where it is today if it wasn't for Nene. And I love Nene. I love Nene. Love her, hate her. That woman
Mhm.
was
She's iconic. She's an iconic housewife, and
iconic,
she's like the
exactly.
face of house. Her and Teresa are like the
Housewife.
face of housewives. And can I just say, Lalo, someone on here, as American born said, Team Twirl. I think he's
Oh, hell to the
implying,
no, Team
referring
12. I know.
to Kenya. Oh my God, we need to have a long, in-depth discussion about the psychopathy of that woman, please.
Okay, you need to go over. Queen Sheba's gonna kill me, but I'm gonna send my sister Queen Sheba. If you're in the background listening, listen, my sister, I'm gonna have to send her over to you because she ain't Team 12 and she got a lot to say. Queen
Oh my
Sheba, I'm gonna
goodness,
have to
yeah.
send my sister over to
I
you.
literally have a spreadsheet on that woman.
Okay, well, she is Team Swell. A lot of Team Swells in here. I'm sorry, I'm Team Nobody. I've never been a fan
Yeah,
of
I'm
her.
team no
So,
one.
okay, but Mel, if you do get a chance, check out Queen Sheba. She's been covering the Kenya stuff a lot, and she has a different things to say, a different point of view to say about it as well.
Okay, so
Go
I'm
check.
gonna check it out.
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna check it out.
yeah, go check that out. But I will say I did start my YouTube journey over that, and then it took like for 5 years. Most of the cast have blocked me because I've been going in on them for 5 years. Good, actually 6 years I've been going in on them. So I started my channel based on them, covering them, and then Melody left. I was like, goodbye. I will never cover these unstable creatures ever again. And
Mm.
I pivoted, so I've covered a variety of things. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you that part. But I really appreciate you coming, Mel. I like
No, this
it's
was
been such a
good.
great discussion. And please join. Please, can I ask Mel, do you have a channel or anything yourself?
You know what? So I think we have that in common because again, this is controversial, but I like you. I stand up for what I love. I was obsessed with Potomac for a long time.
Same.
And my favorite character,
Same here.
my favorite character was Candace because I loved her
Oh
because
gosh,
I like
Candace.
Candace
again,
too.
that's why I said controversial. I loved her because she was unhazeable. She, in my opinion, she was supposed to be there for one season. It was a book that came out, Not All Diamonds Are Rose, and they went into detail about her role was supposed to be where she come up there, she get married, shows everything, and then they're supposed to kick her off.
Yeah.
And because she kind of was like, well, where did you come from? I came from Jesus. I loved her ever since that. I
Yes.
loved her.
Yeah. I really came around to liking Candace
So
too.
then when the fight happened, I didn't have a YouTube name, no nothing. And the fight happened, and all the channels was like, you know, get her, go, go, go. And I was like, okay, I got to get on these panels. I was on the panel, I was fussing, and I was, you hear me? I was doing a lot, but you know, I always kept it respectful. But I definitely loved Candace. I loved, at least I loved the character. So then
Yeah.
the guys and the girls and everybody in these channels like, well, you got to get a channel. You got. And this is, yeah, I told everybody, I mentioned, and they know I didn't lie. I said, I don't want a channel. I love politics. If I did anything, I would do a podcast or something in that regard. But when it comes to reality shows, I like to call in randomly and just to say something. But I remember one point, I love her still. Tisa Tells, me and her used to work together a little bit. And she had me on her channel for a little while talking about Potomac. And this was years ago. But so I've had a whole history of calling in and dealing with, you know, different people. Had a wonderful time. But yeah, so I don't have a channel. I just sort of call in. But again, that's why I say God is good, because I was just going through YouTube. It was Easter, and I was about to, you know, I was finishing what I had to do today, cleaned and all that, my house. And I saw that this was live, and I saw the topic of Sutton. And I said, okay, this is great. So I subscribed and joined, and
Yeah.
you know, that's it.
Thank you so much. I also have a good
It's been so nice
sister of
having
mine
you on.
called. Yeah, it was great. Please, Mel, anytime, like, subscribe. Can you do me a favor? Can you put in the back chat, the private chat, your YouTube channel, please?
Oh yes, I'll do it
Hello,
right now.
Gwendolyn. Welcome. Yeah, and please feel free. And also have another great sis of mine, Kicking It with Courtney. She's covering a lot of the Kenya stuff, and she has a different point of view as well. So go check her out too. She's amazing as well. There's so
Okay.
many amazing women on here that's talking about it. We have our Queen De Silva as well. Eloquent. If you can drop Kicking It with Courtney and De Silva's channels on there, please. American Born, if you can as well, so Mel can check them out, because they covered that and they did a great job on it, and put Queen Sheba's on there as well. So yeah, we have a great community that covers it, and we all have different point of views. And what I love about our community is even though we have different point of views, we come together, we banter, and we talk about it, and we're able to, you know, agree to disagree. We have such a good time. When I tell you we are cutting up, Mel, we are cutting up.
Well, you know what? And listen, in the way the world is now, that we need to. So that's exactly, you know, and I'll tell you, ladies, this is why I call in. So, you know, the world is crazy. So when you call into this, when you see a show on YouTube, you want to just sort of relax, eat a chip a little bit, talk about the show, have a little fun, not watch, not watch news or stock market. I don't want to watch none of that. I want to just talk about these characters because again, when I talk about I like to label the people characters because I don't know them as women. So, you know, I learned that a long time ago. I don't know them as women or mothers. They may be wonderful people, but as characters on TV, these are my points. And I try to make it, I try to, because I don't like to get too personal. I don't like to say, oh, you're the most evil woman in the world. Even Lisa Rinna, you know, I think that as a character, she was horrific. But as a woman, I don't know her. So
I agree. I don't listen, like I think everybody's entitled to their people. This is not dictatorship. The way the world is right now, they're trying to make it seem like there's only one way. There's not. Everybody is different. Everybody has a different point of view. Everybody is team this, team that. And the great thing about our community is coming together and all of us sharing our different point of views and then still being able to keep it genuine like we did it tonight, and also able to, you know, kiki and ha about it too. You know what I mean? Like the ladies I recommended to you, Mel, they're all in the chat. So if you like to open their links and stuff, it should be all in the chat. But they all have different point of views, and it's amazing. And I love being in their panels. I love going up on there and showing love and giving my point of view because I'm not team swirl and I'm not team crazy. If anything, I'm not a fan of that Brit girl at all. I think she's giving escort turn begging to be a reality TV star, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan, not a fan. And clearly she was a fan. That's why she came here. And Mel, Vanessa just said I subscribe to you, so that is great. I put your channel in the chat. So thank you, everybody. Please subscribe to Mel. He's been a great addition to
Can
this
I
live.
say,
We really
Mel?
appreciate you.
Can I say, Mel, I wish I had known you in the thick of the whole Potomac drama with Candice and Monique fight, because I was in the thick of it, literally. I was always fighting for my life on Twitter. So I wish I would have known you then, but it's nice that you've joined us tonight. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much, ladies. You know what? Hopefully you have a wonderful week. And I'm subscribed to everybody.
Too.
And if it
please
pops
come
up
again, Mel.
I will. I've enjoyed myself. I enjoy it. Listen, I love having a conversation where everybody has the receipts. We had all the receipts. We had the time. We had the apprentice. We had everything. So, you know, I like that because, you know, sometimes it's really because, you know what, the frustrating part about the reunions and some reviews on channels, and I'll be watching it, and sometimes I don't call them like, oh my, I'm so passionate. Like, wait a minute, you don't remember the apprentice. You don't remember this, and they don't be having all the receipts there, and they didn't remember everything to make it, you know, because a lot of times the narrative was, Garcelle, you're doing too much. We're like, no, she didn't. You know, she was attacked, the troll farm, but you don't remember. You don't remember. So, you know, so that I like this conversation.
Selective memory,
It's selective memory indeed. But thank you so much, Mel. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate you giving your point of view. Please come back, and I'm going to go and check out your channel as well. I'm subscribed to yours as well. So everybody in the chat, please support Mel and just subscribe to his channel and hit the notification bell and like his videos. That'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I subscribe to everybody. Thank you, and have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mel. Take care and have a lovely week. Okay.
You too.
Okay, take care. Okay, so there's one last thing that I want to say. Oh, Chris said I gotta go to bed too. It's almost 4 a.m. I know, Chris. Thank you for joining all the way from Germany. I appreciate that. I'm glad to have found you guys. See you next time. Oh, I'm glad we found you. I'm glad you found us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you, and I'm glad that you partaked in the conversation and joined us in the comments. I really appreciate that. Mel said, thanks everyone. And he said, good night and have a good night. Thank you, Mel. You have a good night and we'll see you soon, hopefully. So there is one more thing that I want to, don't tell me I did what I did. Oh God, I hate this. StreamYard is aggravating me for life today. Like, what is your problem, StreamYard? Get it together. Okay, so I want to say this. I want to end it with this one last video, about this guy reads. When I tell you he reads, I
am a product of Wendy Williams.
He reads Sutton. I can't explain to you. He reads her. So I'm going to show that, and I have one more thing to end it with after that. So everybody bear with me. Okay, let me play this.
I am on your bland ass. It again, I am a product of Wendy Williams and Sutton Stracke. I am on your bland ass. Got a lot of blood for this, so sit back and enjoy. Did you really have the nerve to...
You know it's real when he has to smoke a joint. You know it's real. Glam Rocks, hey sis. How you doing? Happy Sunday, sis. Thank you for joining. Thank you. I hope you're well, sis. Okay, thank you for joining. Okay, Cynthia said, Lala, you're doing good with your channel. Thank you so much, Cynthia. I'm trying. A girl's trying. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, so let me carry on playing this video.
buy yourself a horse when you should have bought yourself some dignity, self-respect, and a fucking backbone? You left Garcelle out there by herself, and she was the only reason we were dealing with you in the first place. How you gonna try to read somebody and you're stuttering? Ma'am, if you're gonna try to read somebody, at least know your alphabet. Come on now. Money can buy you a lot of things, but as she's shown, it definitely can't buy her charisma. I told everybody the real Sutton would be revealed after going home to visit her real racist-ass mom in Georgia. And yet here we are. It's so funny because every time she tries to read someone or throw shade, it gives book club energy. She's a product of when you get a white woman too much screen time and not enough self-awareness. Garcelle, we have your back.
Period.
Oh, that was a
Period.
word.
I agree with him. He said a whole lot.
Yes.
Glam Rocks, he's definitely beating her ass.
I loved that.
Me too. I loved that. I seriously loved that. I saw it. I'm like, yo, I have to post this. I have to post this. He read her for filth. I knew the minute he puffed on that joint, it was game over for Sutton. It was game over. Gwendolyn said, Lala, I agree, it was a PR statement. It was definitely a PR statement. It was not a statement from a friend. It did not give friend statement. So that's why it's not, for me, it didn't give friend. It didn't come from a loving place. It came from being, PR statement.
Yes, absolutely. It was, there was no care or thought behind that.
None whatsoever. So I'm going to leave, we're going to wrap it up. Is there anything you need to say, sis? Like your final words before I play my last thing?
My final words is that I don't want to watch the new season, but I'm just going to, so I can just see Sutton and Boz get their just desserts. And I hope someone puts to account Andy, grows a backbone, and actually, takes Erica and Kyle to task, because Erica is just such a fraudster and a liar. The current lawsuit that she's going on with the current designer is just abhorrent. So if you guys have read into that, or if you haven't, please look into that. It's like a lawsuit with Marco. So that's abhorrent. Dorito and her fake
we spoke about that. We spoke about that already.
Yeah, and Dorito and her fake ass. PK has been done with her. I just don't know why she doesn't see the signs and why she's so clinging on to that dead relationship. But yeah, that's the only reason why I'm going to watch the next season, and that's it.
Okay, I agree with you. I'm not going to watch it. I don't care. I'm not watching next season. I'm sorry. I only started watching for Garcelle. Now that most people, I follow the women that make the show. For me, Garcelle made it. I never watched before her. I watched it first 2 seasons. After that, it went downhill for me. I was like, goodbye. Garcelle came. I started watching it. I'm not doing it again, but I want to say I'm really so happy about Garcelle leaving. I'm glad she did it her way. Notice Garcelle has not made any statement. She not spoke to the press. She hasn't done anything. She left the way she wanted to leave. I'm so happy for her. She has a bright future ahead of her. She is booked and busy. She does not care for these people. And these lot have proven that coming out with these PR statements that she did the right thing for her. And they're pressed. We all know they're all pressed. They act like they're not. They're pressed because now what they're going to do. I hope they reshuffle and recast this show. I really hope so. I'm ready for a fresh start for this show. It is what it is. I don't care about Beauvais next season. Don't care about Sutton. I don't care about any of them. Garcelle left. Therefore, I have nothing to do with this show. I will not be watching. That's just my opinion. I also want to say thank you to every single one of you for being here with me tonight. I can't believe we've been on here for 2 hours. My ass said 1 hour and I went over. But I want to say thank you to everyone being here. I appreciate you all showing love and being here with me. I appreciate you. Oh, sugar, it's at the time already. Hi, Lala. I'm sleepy, love. You and your sister did a wonderful show. Oh, thank you so much. Good night, sis. Take it easy. I'll holler at you tomorrow. Thank you for coming and supporting. So I want to say thank you to every single one of you. I want to say thank you, Sugar, my twin. Please drop Sugar's channel in the chat. Go follow her if you haven't already. You know what Sugar's about. Beautiful poet with a beautiful mind, and she's covering all types of topics right now. She did an amazing live the other night about sisterhood. The night before that was about toxic parenting. So please check out Sugar. It's amazing, and her point of views are great. So check out Sugar on her channel at Sugar's Place. So please follow her. Also, Eloquent or American Born, can you put Glamrock's channel on here as well? I love Glamrock. She gives me life every weekday and some weekends. She cracks me up. I listen to her while I'm making breakfast and doing my household duty stuff and taking care of my mom. So I love being part of Glamrocks, and I support my sister because she always supported me. So I appreciate you being here, Glamrocks. Happy Sunday to you, sis. I want to say thank you to my amazing great mods. American Born, honey, you know I love you. Eloquent, you know I adore you, sis. Thank you so much for being here with me. I want to thank my amazing sister. This is my baby sister. Okay, thank you for being here because she really wanted to speak about this and she couldn't join my other lives that I was talking about because she'd been traveling. She just got back last night. So I want to thank my sister for being here with me tonight and having this great live. I want to thank Mel NYC for coming up here and doing his damn thing and rocking with us throughout the whole life. Thank you, Mel. We appreciate you. We loved your points of view, and you're welcome here anytime. I look forward to seeing you again, and I will be coming over to your channel and checking you out as well. I want to say thank you to my amazing other mod, my sis, my African sister, my Somali sister, Somali queen. Sis, I love you. Thank you. She's sleeping now. Thank you for being here with me and staying up till late. I appreciate you. I'm going to end it with one little thing, okay? Okay? I'm going to end it with one thing. So everyone bear with me. I would appreciate if you can just bear with me. Okay? Here it is. Okay.
Keep your damn mouth shut.
There it is. There it is.
Just shut up. Keep your damn mouth shut.
There it is. There it is.
Just shut up.
Okay, shut up, Sutton. Nobody cares with your stupid PR statement. We clocked you. You've been eaten alive in your comments on TikTok, Instagram, you name it. You ain't safe nowhere, Sutton. We don't care. Goodbye
Yeah,
and good
with
luck.
her fake
What do you have to
Southern
say, sis?
belle politeness. It's just so rubbish. We see through it, you know, and you're not a Southern belle. You're just a Southern gutter snipe. Let's be real.
Cynthia, I love you too. I thank you for loving this live. I appreciate you. American Born, I love you dearly. Oh, Eloquent, thank you so much, sis. Thank you. Vanessa, listen, I had to. Vanessa, check out my Instagram. It's even worse there. Check out my Instagram. Everyone, thank you so much again. I appreciate everybody. And I also want to say one more thing. I reached 500 followers on TikTok. Woo, woo, I'm so happy. I swear to you, it took forever to get there, but I'm very happy and I'm going to keep going. If you don't follow me in TikTok, please follow me. It's Catch Up with Lala there as well. So thank you so much. I will see you again sometime this week. I got some great topics coming up. Sis, I need you on one of the topics because I think it's something that we can all relate to.
Sure.
So I appreciate you, and I'm just going to show this. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Take care. Until next
Thanks,
time.
everyone. See you soon.
See ya.